So the story here from Homewood Field in Baltimore at Johns Hopkins. St. John Fisher, one of the 6 Pool C teams in the Division III playoffs, pulls off the upset 23-12 victory. And a couple big stories in this game. I think one was St. John Fisher using a lot of drop 8 coverage and intercepting Hewitt Tomlin 5 times in this game. Tomlin had only thrown 5 interceptions the whole season, so 5 through 10 games and 8 through 5 today. And I think the other big story was Ryan Kramer being relieved late in the second half by Ahmed Hassanian for St. John Fisher, and that really changed the complexion of the St. John Fisher offense. And Johns Hopkins actually talked about this a little bit in the post-game conference, how they finally had gotten a feel for what St. John Fisher liked to do, running the ball. They sort of have a option offense with Ryan Kramer, and Kramer actually got hurt on a running play right down by the goal line right at the end of the second quarter, and then they switched to a passing offense in the second half behind Hassanian. His first pass was a beautiful touch pass, fade to the back corner of the end zone, and that ended up being a touchdown that put St. John Fisher ahead at halftime. But it was still a tight game most of the second half, and really St. John Fisher, I think, made a lot of their progress in this game with the way they played on defense, and I thought on special teams. They blocked the first extra point, and then the second extra point for Johns Hopkins was missed. And Paul Vosberg, the St. John Fisher coach, talked about in the post game how once you get that first block, maybe that has an impact on the second block. So a couple big reasons why St. John Fisher was one of the Pool C teams and one of the last teams in the playoffs to be able to win. One of the few teams, at least so far right now, only team that we know of as the time we're recording this, that was able to go on the road and win in the first round of the playoffs. And one of the reasons, of course, was because they come from the big Empire 8 where the defense is there, physical, the offense is there, fast. And so when they saw Johns Hopkins, I think even though they said it was one of the best teams they've seen all season, it was something they've been tested for by playing Salisbury, Alfred, and all the teams in the Empire 8. So big upset here in the first round. St. John Fisher will play at Delaware Valley next week. 5 interceptions for the St. John Fisher defense of Hewitt Tomlin. 23-12 final score. Used 2 quarterbacks in this game, and may have to use Ahmed Hassanian next week, and he's the more passing quarterback. Ryan Kramer with the hip flexor. We'll have to see if he gets better in time for this game. That's my D3 report, and I hope to see it on D3football.com.